One thing I really appreciate about the Lord is that He is such a good, loving daddy. And I'm so thankful, as I told my husband through the years, that Jesus did not come to earth as an arrogant king. He came as an humble servant born in a manger to common people, although they were of the house of David, the royal house of David, in my opinion. But he can use, here's my point, he can use humble things like this cheap little dowel stick for, I don't know, 25 cents, and this bit of cloth I got for like $1 or $2 with my humble little stitches, and certainly not perfectly straight, used with my sewing machine and only paid 95 bucks for, something like that, and even frayed material. I think the Lord, just like a Bible that's well worn and the pages falling out, and I think that's more pleasing to Him, like this frayed cloth, where I've actually used it several times, and that's why it's frayed, than something that looks brand new and is not used. One thing you could do, again, I did not have much money at all a few years ago when I was doing this, but I wanted something to worship the Lord with, something to hold, something to wave. I found some cheap material. This is like a cotton-based material, like this blue right here, only the blue's shinier. This is just a flat, bright pink, but pink represents the color of joy. Technically it's fuchsia, but pink is part of fuchsia. And I was sure this is a finished edge from the factory here. And this is a zigzag stitch I put in it. You can see, if you look really closely, that the edges are a little frayed where I cut it, and they're not even. Also, let's see, this is about 3 feet wide. I wanted a long streamer, 5 or 6 feet, because you have a lot more fun with them. To me, you can make big circles. And I put the pieces together, and then I zigzagged it this way as well. So you can be creative. The possibilities are endless. Another thing that would be fun to do with this is to put glitter, designs, paint, or even an overlay of something like this silver that I found that you could stitch on it. In fact, I'm going to do this in another video. We'll put this blue on, the silver, which represents redemption, and looks like glittering water. We're going to put this on the blue. This will be fun and beautiful. I really like blue and silver combinations. And this will be like, when you go and you see a lake or a stream and you see the light dancing on the water. That's what that's going to remind me of, the light dancing on the water. Jesus is the living water, and He is the light. You can see I've put an overlay of this pretty cloth, glittery top enhancement that I got, I think probably on sale around Christmas time. And I have pinned it onto the top of this. This is going to enhance this flag. And I really like the look of the sunlight on the water, and that's what this reminds me of, because blue also represents water and the living water. Silver, which is what the overlay is, silver, is the color of redemption. Jesus redeemed us from every curse by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So, you can see, if you look carefully, I have put pins to hold this. Now also, these are the bound edges of the cloth. Well, not this one, but the bottom and the top are the bound edges. So I need to sew this side and this side. This is the raw edge where I cut it. I've overlapped the overlay a little bit. What I'm going to do is a zigzag down this way between the pins and the edge. I'm going to zigzag for 2 reasons. First of all, to get the overlay on this side, and also to prevent the cloth from fraying, because if you have cloth on a raw edge like this that you cut, it will fray sooner or later. Even if it's a strong thing like gabardine or something, it can start wearing, and you don't want that on your flag. It will be on your flag the more you use it, but it will stop at the border of the zigzag. So I'll also zigzag. To me, that's just safer and better and stronger than a straight stitch. I'll zigzag all 4 sides of the silver And on the back, I've also got it pinned. And this one, I started out with going, you know what, I'm just going to zigzag here. And I didn't pull this all the way to the edge. I could have. I changed my mind on the other side, but that's all right. I'm just going to make sure that the zigzag, I'll probably have 2 zigzags, one on the other side and one on this side, just to make sure, because this is the raw edge of the flag. So that's the first part of this, and we'll show you about putting the pole on and sewing it to the pole in just a minute.